Yo, welcome back Egoist to another Blue Lock Rivals video. Today we're checking out some major new infos, straight from the devs. But before we start, take just 2 seconds to like and subscribe. It really helps boost the algorithm and spreads the info I'm about to share. Plus, you'll be the first to know about upcoming giveaways. And without further ado, let's dive straight into the video. First off, yesterday one of the lead developers dropped a poll in the Discord asking how balanced NEL RIN is. And if you didn't know, these polls are taken very seriously. Whatever the community votes for usually ends up in the next update. So, this poll that the dev dropped actually had 5 different options for players to choose from. The first option, which also happens to be the one with the most votes right now, says way to overpowered, nerf him massively. And honestly, that's a big deal. Why? Because in this game, whenever a poll gets a majority vote, the devs almost always take action based on that feedback. It's like a direct line to shaping future updates. He's literally built different than the source material, and yet, now, he might get nerfed into the ground just because he's a little too good in the game right now. Sad times. And if this holds up, it basically confirms that NEL RIN is about to get what I'm calling the NEL Asagi treatment. You know what I'm talking about when a character goes from being insanely strong, absolutely dominating matches, to suddenly becoming one of the weakest picks in the entire game. Just like what happened to Asagi after his nerf. Now, I'll be breaking down my full expectations for this potential nerf later on in the video. But for now, let's move on to the second option in the poll, which is nerf him decently. This one feels a lot more balanced compared to the first option. What I think the devs meant by this is a nerf that's noticeable, but not game-breaking. Like, not a total wipe of his skills, but enough to tone him down so he's not dominating every single match he's in. If you've been around for a while, this kind of reminds me of the old nerf that Nagi got back in the day for his trap. It wasn't a huge nerf that made him unplayable, but it definitely brought him down from being borderline broken to just being a strong and solid option. It's honestly the most fair route in my opinion if they want to keep him competitive without making him frustrating to play against, or too easy to win with. Now, moving on to the third option in the poll, slight nerf. And honestly, that one sounds pretty fair too, especially if you're someone who enjoys using Rin but also recognizes that he's a little overtuned right now. This option seems to suggest just a small, light adjustment, nothing too dramatic or game-changing, but just enough to balance things out a bit. But if the devs were to go with this third option, a slight nerf, I'd imagine it would probably involve something subtle. Maybe they'll shrink the size of his domain just a little bit so he can't pressure half the field like a god. Or maybe they'll lower the power or accuracy of his shot just enough that it doesn't feel impossible to defend against. Now the fourth option in the poll is leave him like that, basically saying don't touch Rin at all, keep him exactly the way he is right now. And surprisingly, this one has gotten a decent amount of votes too, mostly from die-hard Rin mains or players who just love how cracked he is. I get it when your favorite player is finally at the top of the meta, it feels good. You don't want to see him nerfed into the ground after spending hours grinding or spending resources on upgrades. But honestly, as much as I like Rin too, I do think he kind of deserves a nerf. Not because I hate him or anything, but because, let's be real, the devs made him way too powerful compared to everyone else, like dot way too powerful. And what really frustrates me is how inconsistent the balancing decisions have been lately. Like, seriously, what was the point of nerfing NEL Asagi's lefty shot if you're just going to introduce a move that's literally 3 times stronger right after? It makes no sense. You're trying to balance one overpowered move, only to follow it up with something even more broken. And that's why a lot of players, myself included, are starting to lose confidence in how the devs are handling balance. If they keep swinging the meta this hard with every new update, it's just going to create a cycle where one broken character gets nerfed, another even more busted one takes their place. That's not balance, that's chaos. And finally, we've got the fifth and last option in the poll, buff him. Yep, you heard that right. There are actually people out there who think NEL RIN needs to be buffed. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this one. So, after looking through all the options in the poll, it's pretty clear that NEL RIN is about to get a massive nerf in the next update. That's pretty much confirmed now, with the majority of players voting for the big nerf. It's honestly not surprising given how overpowered he is. Now, if you're a Rin main, this is probably a tough pill to swallow, but let's break down what I think is coming in terms of nerfs based on how things are shaping up. First off, my biggest expectation for this nerf is that they're going to reduce the range of his occlusion break. I mean, let's be real, it's way too overpowered right now. The range on it covers a ridiculous amount of space. It's almost impossible to dodge once it's activated. By shrinking the range, they can make it more skill dependent, so it's not just a guaranteed hit that covers the entire field. This one's a no-brainer, in my opinion. Secondly, I think they'll make the domain a lot more vulnerable to being ankle broken just like Asagi's lefty shot. If you've played against Rin a lot, you know how devastating that domain can be. Once it's active, it feels like there's no escape. But what if you could break his ankles just like Asagi's lefty shot? Suddenly, Rin wouldn't be as unstoppable, and players would have a chance to actually counter that move rather than just pray they can outpace it. And lastly, I wouldn't be surprised if they toned down his curved shot. That thing is just ridiculously powerful. It's a major game changer in so many situations. You know the feeling when you see a curved shot coming from Rin. It's like, no matter how much you try to block it, it just feels impossible to stop. A nerf to that move could help level the playing field a lot more. So yeah, those are my expectations for Rin's nerf. The reduced range for occlusion break, ankle breaking potential for his domain, and a toned down curved shot. This would definitely bring him down from the top tier and make things a lot more balanced in the game. Before I end this video, I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you for 20,000 subscribers. I seriously can't put into words how much that means to me. The support lately has been absolutely insane, and I'm beyond grateful for every single one of you who watches, likes, comments, and shares my videos. Also, I want to apologize for delaying this video by one more day. I know a lot of you were waiting for it, but I really wanted to make sure it was high quality and worth your time. I ended up spending all of my free time editing and polishing every little detail to make it as good as it could be. So again, thank you for the patience, thank you for the 20K milestone, and just know I've got a ton of exciting content on the way. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out, especially with the giveaways and new updates coming soon. By the way, the giveaway winners video is finally ready, and I'll be publishing it tomorrow, so make sure you've got notifications on so you don't miss it. I'll see you in the next one.